Yeah.
9 months in the club, over here in the same club, and he would like to share with us. He has been past the first public speech after Toastmaster has been went really well.
Yes.
Now with you, Leroy, with his speech, the name is Empowering.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning, Leroy.
I want to lay out for you something that I discovered along the way, something that I would need your participation with, and something that I want you all to understand. I've been trying to figure out, not trying to exacerbate this situation, what is true empowerment? When you look around the world each and every day, or you look at individuals and you try to determine what empowers them, what makes them do what they do on a daily basis. The way I want to try to describe the empowerment is to give you guys 3 components that I think is essential to you building a foundation to a stronger internal you so that you can expose that to the world. When you think about empowerment, the definition is, for me, that I would like to use is self-actualization of your life. And the components to self, and the environment that I would like to set, and the components that I would like to give to you guys in empowerment is basically 3 things. Number 1 is confidence. Number 2 is energy. And number 3 is passion. And when you take those 3 things and you put them together, you should become an empowered person. So what is confidence? Confidence is knowing that you can do something. I can look at Faith and I can stand up here and I can probably give a great improv speech or something like that. If Faith come up and say to me, that's great. And I would appreciate that. Mike could come to me and say, well, that wasn't so good, but at least you got up here anyway. Adriana can say, powerful speech, great, dynamic, everything worked well. But does that give me confidence? It may give me accolades, it may give me self-esteem, but what does it give me confidence? Confidence is the ability to know that you can do something. In order to have confidence, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be something that you determine internally that you can use externally, regardless of whether or not people give you compliments or not. And the best example I could give for this is, Damien is not here today, but on Facebook, he constantly posts this exercises that people can do. And if you try to do them on your own, you'll probably kill yourself, because there are things when you're going sideways, you're jumping and you're lifting and you're doing certain things. But he had this one particular one that I remember about this young lady who said that no matter what I do, I cannot jog past 2 minutes on a treadmill. Has anybody ever been on a treadmill here before? So she was saying, I can't do it, I don't know if I could ever do it. Every time I think I'm getting close to 2 minutes, I panic, I'm not able to do anything. So Damien on the Facebook page said that he covered up all her gauges. And he told her to just start jogging. So here she is running, and she is running, and she's running, and then she's running, and she's running. And then all of a sudden, he stops her, he removes the cover, and she ran past 2 minutes. She starts to break down and cry, according to what I read on Facebook. And I said to myself, is that empowerment, or is that giving her confidence? She had to determine for herself, because the crying meant that, number 1, she knew that she could do it, but she didn't have that thrust to put in a place to do that. So she acquired the confidence because Damien said to her, you can do this. But she internalized it. I don't know what she did after that, but I know that because she broke down and cried and she saw the results, she was able to say, well, maybe I could do this a little bit more. Internal confidence. And when you think about your life, and you think about the things that you like to do and where you would like to be and where you would like to go, the things that you want to achieve, you have to have a sense of true self-confidence, whether you succeed or fail, because those are the only determining factors to success. And those are the things that I see in myself every day, and I hope that you see that as well. Number 2 is that you have to have energy. No matter what you say or do in life, you have to have energy. That is just the ability to be active. You have physical energy, you have mental energy, and I really believe that you have spiritual energy in the sense of when you watch most athletes, they always say, well, how did you do that? He said, I don't know, there was a certain power in me that caused me to do certain things. And I'm going to explain energy to you how I saw it one day when I was working at Macy's. When you work at Macy's, you deal with a lot of different personalities, be it your associates, your friends, or even just customers. There's a lot of people that come in and they want a piece of your mind. They want things that they think that you can give them, what you probably can't, but you do everything as a leader to do what you can to make that work. So my day was really bothered by the fact that I had so much going on that day that I felt mentally and spiritually fatigued. So I went to the food court and I sat down and I began to play on my phone. You know how most people are when they don't want to be bothered, they play on their phone to see what things were going on. Well, this just didn't happen for me today. There was a little kid, probably about 2 years old, and he had a brother that was 7 years old. So the brother was down in front of me, he was playing around, doing what little kids do, and his little brother came up running behind him, and he stood by him, and the 7-year-old pushed the 2-year-old down. The 2-year-old did not cry, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it had me smiling because the little dude did not cry. He actually smiled at me even. He stood on his feet, and he began to walk out of the food court. His dad had to run from the other side to catch him because he don't know where he was going, but he was on his way. So he brought him back in, put him in front of him. The little boy took off running because he thought his dad was going to come. He fell down once again. Still did not cry. Now at this point I'm laughing beyond control because I don't believe that this kid didn't cry after being pushed down. And then after being fallen, and then has his dad watching him. So then, to make it funny, he walked from one end of the food court all the way to the other end and hid in a little hole as if his dad or his brother couldn't see him. He's looking around for other people to see if they see him and nobody's paying him any attention. So he gets up, walks back down to his dad, and as he going to his dad, he falls once again. 3 times, this young man did not cry. And his mother saw me laughing uncontrollably, really. When they put him in the car, they took him, and she came by me and she said, I don't know where he gets this energy from. I said, ma'am, I don't know where he gets it from either, but that is a tough little cookie to me. And he has really made my day. So when I went back to Macy's, I went back saying, well, my day is not so bad after all. I got a little man that's been pushed down, fell down, and then keep falling, and walked out of there in the stroller saying, have a good day. His smile was just lit up the room. So you got to have that energy to do what you have to do. And you have to find it even when you think it's at the most difficult of times in your life. Because dreams are made by, if you fall down, can you smile and get back up and keep going, not fall down and get frustrated and want to turn your life, just surrender to them. And the last thing I want to talk about is passion. Passion is something that I don't know if you're born with it, whether or not someone can give it to you, or whether or not by life you have defined it and you have become the people that you are. But passion is an uncontrolled enthusiasm that gets you from point A to point B. And the last thing I'll say about this is Emerson. His whole driving force for humanity was to get them out of darkness at night. 10,000 experiments, ladies and gentlemen, and he achieved it all. So always have that passion, that confidence, that in you should become empowered. Thank you.